Today we're going to be covering the roofing BUR area condition properties. In this video we're going to be focusing on the general tab to start out with. Now up here on the upper left you'll notice that we have our condition description. Ultimately you can type in there whatever you want your condition to be described as. Moving to the right you have your roof height. This is purely an information only field. The next field you have is your vertical height. Now the vertical height is going to calculate information, but it's going to be based on the perimeter that you draw. So as you measure, for example, a 100 by 100 building, in this case you would have 400 lineal foot of perimeter, and if you were to put 12 inches in there, we would calculate 400 square feet of additional material, simply because it would be 1 square foot times 400 lineal foot. Now that's just this case, but ultimately that vertical field is just around the edge of the building, almost like a built-in waste factor if you wanted to calculate it that way. Moving down, you have what are called your C fields. So these are going to be user-definable fields that you can use to manipulate specific information. In this case, this is how we're building out your warranty line for your roofing conditions. Continuing down, and now you're going to get into the plies aspect of the general tab. In the plies aspect, you'll notice that we have 1 base ply, 3 inner plies, and if we wanted, we could turn on a cap ply and add 1 layer there as well. Now, as you're going through and filling out the plies information, it is important to make sure that your plies has the number of layers that you want to have there available for you on this project. To the right of the plies field, you have your description. So this is going to be what is going to be used, or where this product is actually going to be used on the project. In this case, it's the base ply, the inner ply, or the cap ply. Moving to the right, you have the type. Now this is the specific product that you're going to be working with. So in this case, we have a glass base sheet. You'll notice that the inner plies are your type 4 felt, and then we're also using a cap sheet as well. When looking at the base ply, you'll notice that we have a fasten labor. And if we wanted to see where those fasteners are, those are down here at the bottom. Looking at the inner ply, you'll notice that we have a mopping labor. If you wanted to see where the adhesive was coming from, or the asphalt, it's directly to the right. Now looking at the units per ply per square here, this is essentially saying that per layer, per square, you're going to be putting down 30 pounds of asphalt. If we were working with adhesive, we would be putting down the number 1, and that would ultimately be changed when we run the wizard. But when you're dealing with asphalt, you're going to put in the pounds per ply per square, and when you're dealing with adhesive, you're going to put the unit of 1, and then we'll catch 1 based on the number of plies you have here, so that way you can catch every layer. Again, you will run the wizard on that adhesive to go ahead and set that up correctly. If you don't need any additional labor, like for this cap sheet, you would simply just leave those fields off. Continuing down, you will notice that we do have a flood coat and a gravel option. Simply turn either one of those on if you need them, and you can start to populate the information. For the flood coat, type is going to be the type of asphalt you're using, and units per square is just how many pounds per square of flood coat are you going to be putting down. If you wanted an additional labor, simply turn that additional labor on and fill it out with what you need it to be. For gravel, it's the same thing. Turn it on if you need it. The type is going to be what specific type of gravel do you need. Click your 3-dotted button and choose from the list. If it's not out there, simply click the plus and go ahead and add that option in. That's going to be for anywhere that you see the 3-dotted blue button. Now, your units per square here, again, this is going to be pounds per square that you're going to be calculating with your gravel. In this case, you're saying 500 pounds per square, and your labor method is that it's machine spread. Continuing down, the next field that you have are your fasteners. Now these fasteners are currently being calculated at 100 fasteners per square, and they're an 1.5" roof nail that come in 7,200 a box. So as you're filling this out, we do ask for the total number of fasteners per square that you're going to be using to secure that base sheet. We will ask for the length of the fastener, as well as the type of fastener you're using. The pieces per carton is up to you on if you want to fill that out. If you leave that 0, you're going to get a per piece count out on the pricing screen, and if you fill that out, you're actually going to get the box count out on the pricing screen. The fasten to field is information only, And if you did need plates, you could turn the plates on and start to calculate that information. In this case, I don't need the plates because these roof nails already come with the caps. Continue down, and you do have a second fastener, so that way if you weren't going to be mopping any of these other plies down, or if you were going to be fastening another ply down, you do have the capability to turn that on and add the additional fasteners that you may need. Ultimately, that's going to wrap us up for the General tab in the Roofing BUR area condition. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to our tech team and they'd be happy to assist you in any way they can. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.